again, YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate. Welcoming back to the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dealing with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, we're taking a look at day number 27, which is a deck donation of Shiranui Zombies. Now, classic Shiranuis means classic zombie support. It's not an overly complicated deck that we have here today, but it's in its simplicity that the potency of this deck really shines. So we got ourselves our Shiranui Zombos. We're going to be swarming the board and swarming the graveyard with all of our zombies, hitting our opponent where it hurts. We're going to be interrupting their plays, locking them out of the extra deck, the whole 9 yards. It's a deck with a lot of potent power for just canceling out any sort of advantage my opponent might have. So, of course, big old shout out to Mr. Spicy Boy, who's donated today's deck via our Discord server, which is down in the comments, by the way. If y'all have any ideas for the 100 days, they are still very much open. I should mention that more often. We still have 50 days left, like, totally free, roughly speaking. So roughly 50 days are still like completely open. But yes, thank you very much for sending us this deck. We're gonna be going into good old EDO Pro. We're gonna be showing off the combos and the wombos, the what do's and the what not do's. Have ourselves a good old time. So as always, the whole deck list will be at the end of today's episode. Don't forget to hit up all the like buttons and all the hit the comments, all the good stuff as we go into today's duels, showing off what this baby can do. So, enough talking. Let's get right into the action. Alrighty, our first opponent of the day in another card game. So with our deck, we prefer to go first. It's very much a setting up the board sort of deck we got here today. And opening hand's not terrible. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not bad either. So we're going to start off with our Instantly Fusion. That way we can stop our opponent from like ashing us and things of that nature. Get out gold old Millennium Eyes or Restricty Man. We'll also go for our Zombified World because that's like the most important card in this deck. And good old fashioned Foolish Burial. We do want the Foolish Burial because this lets us start up everybody. So we'll ditch our Globe Bloom. When this is sent to the grave, I can search out a high level zombie, but if I have the field spell, I can just summon it. And we're going to summon this guy. This is Shang-Chi the Spear Dao, which is basically just another Foolish Burial. Our deck, we love Foolish Burial. Zombies, they shed a little tear the day this went to 1. Even if it had to be done, they didn't like it too much. But this will allow me to send just another zombie to the graveyard. We want Balladrock all set up. And I do have my normal summon still. Let me think of whether I want to do that or not. 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, it would be a little risky, but, and it's a big old but, I could summon out things like my Sun Saga or my Red-Eyed Zombie Dragon Lord. You know what? Why the balls not? Let's do something snarky. We'll summon out Red-Eyed Zombie Dragon Lord. We'll put him in attack mode. He stands tall and proud, and we'll end our turn there. Now, pretty basic stuff with this deck, and now we have Dragon Lord. He just, once per turn, quick effect on my opponent's turn, summon a zombie. It's really useful, especially if my opponent has, like, Call by the Grave or something of the like. If he tries to banish my Balladrock here, I can just protect him. So we'll get Balladrock onto our board. Very nice, dude, because now everybody's a zombie thanks to my field spell. Basically, this gives me a once per turn negate and a banishment of my opponent's stuff. We're up against Heraldic Beast, which I do remember have support to them. Discard a Heraldic Beast. They got 800 attack to the end of the turn. Fascinating. I guess you could beat over Balladrock, but literally I can just bring him right back. So, you know. Let's see. Tribute a monster. Summon 2 Heraldic Beastie Boys. Cannot summon except for a Psychic or Machines. Yeah. So I do know these guys exist. I don't remember all their like new effects though. I know they're just it's rank 4 stuff. That I do know. That's kind of their whole shtick. Oh, it was always Heraldic Beast's whole shtick is rank 4s with like number Lord, I should know this. Numbers 8, 18, and 69. Nice. Yeah, that was them, right? Genome, Patriarch, and Heraldry Crest. Yeah, that was the original. Oh, pardon. That was the original threesome there. But they have like a whole bunch of new stuff, which is crazy to think that Heraldic Beast would ever get support, but I guess it makes some level of sense. Just a little bit. They're all based on like countries' flags and things. Although I don't remember which flag is which. So there's a lot of countries in the world. I wonder which of these is like the American flag. It's clearly, it must be the strongest one of the Heraldic Beasts. Just saying. Okay. So I'm just sitting here waiting for this guy to do. As I said, I have a revival. I have my negation and stuff. I also have El Zera, or Mazera, Al Ghul Mazera, that's his name. Is that if I get attempted to be field nuked by my opponent or beaten in battle, I can just banish this guy. And if he does get banished, I can just bring him back in defense. And he goes and loses a level, but that's fine. It only works once per turn, but it's still pretty dang good. Plus, he doesn't, you know, he doesn't banish himself like permanently like some other cards like that would do. So really, Al Ghul is a really nice defensive option here. Because just as long as I'm not like, you know, double Dark Hold, this is going to keep me in good for protection. As for my opponent, okay, my opponent finally did their thing. I was worried there for a second they were just going to like do nothing. So you've got your Heraldic Beast of the Stat Whale. He's a whale of a good time, I'll tell you. So this card will get you a card if you send it to the graveyard. Are your effects still good? I guess they would still be good. So Stat Whale should be getting him another couple heraldry spell traps, which is pretty good, or maybe they don't want to do that. I don't know. So yeah, they're going to go ahead and overlay these two into, I guess, one of the new guys. I would assume. Or no! Heraldry Page? There he is. Let's see. Once per chain, 2 or more monsters with the same name are on the field, which they are not. Choose a monster among them, destroy all monsters with that name. Opponent cannot summon monsters with the same name as any monster shows from this card's effect. Cool. If I had multiple monsters with the same name right now, that would be a massive issue. But thankfully, I don't. So what are you up to? I guess he's just gonna beat over Ballardrock. Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense. You want to just beat over Ballardrock? Well, too bad. I'm sorry to say that is not going to work. I shall simply use my Al Ghul. He shall also be coming back, if you didn't know. And I can't... Oh, yeah, it's an optional thing. I'll reduce his level. I'm not playing any, like, rank 8s and anything like that. So it doesn't matter what level. Actually, by reducing his level, I can potentially make synchros easier. Especially if I draw, like, my level 3 tuner. Target any number of face-up monster opponent controls, and they become unknown. Oh, that's weird and funky, and I like it. Let's see. Opponent cannot summon monster same name as the monster chosen for this card's effect. Wait. Choose one monster with the same name, destroy all other monsters with that name. Fascinating. Let's see. I'm going to activate Zombie Dragon Boy's effect. I'm going to revive Restrict, because I have the ability to do this. And because I'm using a monster... Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to use Ballardrock's other ability to banish a monster on the board now, because a zombie did use its effect. So, yeah, I think this is hilarious. I just want to say, that card is funny as heck. I'm not allowing you to nuke my board or anything, but that is funny as heck. So, there you go. Yeah, that's during like the end phase, right? Nah. I don't want to... This guy impressed me about playing such a silly little card. I don't want to completely shut him down. He can get his Griffin. His little Griffin. Which what was the country that was the symbol of? I forget. I don't remember every flag in the world. I only remember the one or the two. Alright, so let's see here. Stat Whale, Leo, Griffon. Let's see. This card is true. 2 material for the exceed summon of a number to exceed that requires 3 or more materials. Interesting. And you're going to send somebody else to the graveyard for all this. Alright. Let's see. Well, unfortunately for you, I'm going to say no. Oh, wait. It only equips things from the grave. That's right. That's fine. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to steal this Abercrombie. Why not? I don't see a reason not to do this, so I'm just going to steal this. I have your monster now. What say ye to that? I mean, he'll summon out Griffin. This counts as 2 tributes. He hasn't normal summoned, I don't think. Either way, it's fine. I'm all good with this. I'm fine. Let's see, what card would I really like to see right now? Not your own version of Monster Born, although that is a nice thing to have drawn into. You're almost out of time, by the way. You might want to consider Exceed summoning and passing the turn, my friend. No offense. I'm just saying, I want you to lose by time. That's my least favorite way to win a duel, next to people rage quitting. So yeah, he's going to overlay into, I assume, one of the new dudes, or just Heraldic Crest. Go ahead. And my opponent's time went up. Oh, I hate it when that happens. All right. Well, unfortunate that, but I'll count this one as a win just because I'm a little short on time today. But this is what our deck is trying to do for the most part. We got Ballardrock on the board. Everyone's a zombie. I have that interaction there. I have my good old Millennium Restrict, which, yeah, you saw it. I can revive this thing as many times as I want, so long as I have, like, Zombie Lord or what have you. And I'm just able to, like, steal my opponent's stuff, negate their monsters. I'm pretty much set. So let's go ahead for duel number 2. Show off a little bit more what the deck can do, because we still have to see the Shiranuis do their thing. We need our tuners on the board, and I can go for my Shiranui. So let's go ahead and duel number 2. See what more this deck can do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Are we going first again, baby? Let's see what we got for a hand. Well, it looks like a pretty solid opening hand. I got Zombie and all that good stuff. I don't have a lot with it. It's not a bad opening hand by any standard. It's just not like perfect or anything. We'll go for instant fusion again though. Since I've got it again, I might as well use it again. If my opponent ashes this, that's completely fine. Because that's really what Millennium is in here to do for the most part, is just stop my opponent from ashing me. So we got a Restrict Boy on the board. You want to imperm me? Go ahead. That works for me too, my man. That works for me too. So we'll summon out a Zombie. He is like the best zombie ever. Not only for the artwork, which is most beautiful, but also for his effect. I can discard zombies to make himself bigger, and I can go ahead and send zombies straight from the deck to make him bigger, or any zombie for that matter. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and discard one of our cards to increase his level. We're going to discard this here Spectral Sword, because this allows me to banish tuners and non-tuners to do synchros from the graveyard, which is kind of, in a way, what Shiranuis like to do. It's not like their main shtick, but it is something they like to do. Unfortunately, that happened. I need to keep a zombie on the board is the issue, so I'm just going to have to end my turn, unfortunately. Regrettably, that's what happens when impermanence involved. But that's okay. I still have a play. I still have the Swallow Slash. I can just tribute off my Zombie, banish 2 monsters or 2 cards in general, and then I'm going to get rid of a Zombie dude. And my point, you imperm me for what? To do nothing? Do not waste my time, please and thank you. Alright, so let's go ahead and use Zombie's other effect. I will only be able to, let's see, what was the other bit of this? I can't only attack with zombies this turn, but that's totally fine. Especially if my opponent ashes me now. That's good. So let's use up our Shiranui Spirit Master. When this guy's summoned, I can just bring out a Shiranui from my graveyard. Oh, he's destroying my Spirit Boy. Unfortunate indeed. Alright. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that now. Okay, I guess I'll just attack you then. Don't you love modern Yu-Gi-Oh, everybody? I love modern Yu-Gi-Oh. I love it when the whole premise is just don't let the opponent play. And yeah, I know I have Ballardrock. Don't at me, okay? I get it. He has a negate too. It's one that requires very specific setup, and you can stop it with MST. Okay? So don't start. So what is my opponent doing? Let's see. So the opponent cannot target this card for attacks. Oh, you mother. You bounced my slash. You fiend. Alright, well this is not necessarily good. This is not necessarily good. Unfortunately, my opponent was able to out at least some of my stuff. I guess I'll ash you, since you had to ash me, and my card I like. So yeah, he's got the Mermails and their Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. I guess this is a new Mermail card. I did not know this was a thing. Shadow Squad. Let's see. Summon a level 4 lower Atlantean or Mermail from the deck except for itself. Cannot summon except for water monsters, which is already what you do. Okay. Alright. Alright. You got a Bit Spike. Which apparently doesn't want to do anything for you, but okay. So you're triple tacticking. Like you're not going to draw 2 cards. It's very, very infrequent that people play that other effect. You can. I think I've stolen somebody's monster before. I forget when, but I have done that before. I don't think I've ever bothered with the third effect because there's very few times that's actually very viable. Really, it's more of a pot of greed than anything else. All right. So my opponent's got the coral anemone. And let's see. Count target for attacks. Blah blah blah. Send a water monster. This card summons. End a monster. Then target a card. Return it to the hand. I see. Yeah, the problem with my Swallow Slash is you have to target 2 cards. It's kind of like Icarus attack in that respect. So I wasn't able to just interrupt my opponent's flow here. What on earth is this thing? Let's see. This card summon. Target level 7 or lower fish. Bring it back. Okay. Oh, hey. There's a rock. I didn't even... This isn't a water monster. What are you doing here? Are you skipping stones now? Is that what's up? Alright, what else do you have? Abyss Team. What does it do? Draw cards. Number of different monster types. Next turn. Blah, 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 blah. Face-up water is destroyed. Banish this card. Add a mermail. Cool. Am I dead? I'm not quite dead, I don't think. No, I have like 200 life points. Good enough. It'll have to do. It'll have to do. Let's see where this goes, baby. We'll see where this goes. Oh, Lord, now what? Not target waters with card effects that he points to. Of course. Water is sent to the grave to activate an effect. Target an Abyss equip spell. Add to hand or equip it. If you get destroyed, what do you... I assume you're just going to summon out more monsters? No, you just search a monster. Okay. And then this thing. Let's see. Send a water monster. This card is sent to the graveyard. Discard a card. Summon a bunch of fish. Okay. Well, this is not ideal, but we'll use our Spectral Sword's effect. We're going to go ahead and banish him and our Spirit Master from the grave. They will be drawing at least 1 card. Okay. Now, the question, who do I summon out here? I don't think sending 1 zombie to the grave is going to help me, so... There's also Samurai Saga, but does that help me is the question. Oh. Let me think, yeah. Zombies destroy battle. This card's to the graveyard. This sends a zombie to the graveyard. That is true. But without my field spell, there's not much point to it. So I'll summon out my Samurai Saga. See where that gets me. Spirit Master will, because he's banished, pop one of my opponent's monsters. Unfortunately, it's just this guy, which not ideal. Also, I'm just now realizing I'm looking at Neptibus the King, or whatever. His lower half is literally just Poseidra, the Atlantean dragon. So, is there a story there? Did you hack the top half of Poseidra off and stick yourself there? Or is something weird going on in the royal family? I'm not trying to say anything kinky going on, but... maybe. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird... I mean, that's kind of how, like, Atlanteans are. They're like half man, half fish, mermail people. Kind of their whole shtick. At least, well, half of them, anyway. So, yeah, that'll get rid of Neptibus, which is at least something. Unfortunately, my opponent's not playing any defense monsters. That's the only issue. Kind of hoping they would, but they don't. Let's see... yeah. I still have my Swallow Slash, so maybe. Maybe. Now what are you doing? Oh, yeah, let's get the monster, yep. And what was this doing again? I forget. Yeah, that searches your card. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. You get whatever that is. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set my Swallow Slash again. And we'll summon out, let's see. We'll summon out our Necroworld Banshee. Yeah. Because I can just turn everything into a zombie with this. And if I turn everything into a zombie, then none of your effects, well, some of them will still work, but others not so much. It'll affect like a good chunk of my opponent's deck. Kind of like throwing trash in the ocean. That's a terrible thing, I know. But it's also very true. What are you doing? Why would you negate Samurai Saga? That's odd. Okay. I have no idea why they did that. Let me do some quick, let me think. I have my Avenged Savior. Let me think about this. Send a zombie from the deck to the graveyard. The monster loses attack equal to the level of the monster. So 8 times 2, 16. I think I can make that work. Yeah, I think I can make that work. So we're going to go ahead and use these two monsters to summon out our Avenged Savior. We're going to banish our Banshee so I can get my field spell on board. I just realized something. If this does work, because none of his monsters are fish anymore. Now they're zombies. So we'll use Savior's effect, sending Balladrock to the graveyard, so he'll come back next turn. Beat over this thing. No one's a fish anymore. So, hey, I think I'm back in the game. Nice. All right, so now in standby, Balladrock gonna come back up, do his thing. Put him in the imperm column out of spite. And we'll see where this goes, because like I said, he can use anything that revolves around water monsters, but anything that specifically requires fish and stuff will no longer apply. Which is at least some of this deck. I think it's predominantly they're revolving like water monsters, but like Dragoon doesn't have its ability to allow him to attack directly anymore. This guy doesn't do his effect. This doesn't do its effect. Maybe. It all depends on what they do now. I mean, I got my Swallow Slash. I've got a Savior on the board. I got Balladrock. Are we going to take victory from the jaws of defeat? I mean, if that was that simple, they would have just given up right there. But yeah, he's got the Beast. As one does. Let's see. This will get you another Atlantean card, I see. Unfortunately, this does still activate, like, the effect of whatever he's sending to the graveyard. I'm still gonna, like, negate some of this. Let's see, what does this one do? Send to the graveyard, summon an Atlantean from the deck. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the banish effect, but not the negate effect. How does that dude in the graveyard work again? Yeah, it doesn't matter if I do him. So I'll banish Nephthybis. That way he's gone. Don't even worry about him anymore. And yeah, he can use like the Shadow Squad, but I can just negate the Shadow Squad. It's like the Squirrel Squad, but they're a lot uglier. Actually, hold on. Now that I look at these more clearly, they look like the Zora from one of the early Zelda games. I forget which one it was. I think it was Link to the Past. I could be very mistaken. It's been a long time. But they dead arse look like... They do look like the Zora. They do. With like the green heads and the fish fins and the big old red lips. Those are the Zora. Those are the bad River Zora. That's them. Alright, so we stopped the Mermaid Shadow Squad. Where this goes from here entirely depends on what my opponent's got left in their hand. Mulan Glacier is not an issue, thankfully. Partly because I have no hand, and partly because I have too many water monsters. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they get two monsters on the board. I do have my Swallow Slash. I'll deal with it. What are you doing now? Ball, tribute this card and Atlantean from the hand. Summon or add a monster. Cannot summon except for Wawa monsters. Nice, I suppose. Oh, balls to it. Not him. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's still fish in the deck. That's right. Can you summon another monster real quick so I can destroy this? I would appreciate it a lot. No? Okay. It was a long shot, but I had to give it a shot. Okay. Coelacanth, the ancient king of superness. I see. Uh-huh. Summoning out only the two monsters you could summon. Cool. Alright. I mean, it's a tuner and a non-tuner. Is this gonna be the whale? I think it's the whale. What is this doing? Discard a monster. Uh-huh. And this is... This can bring back an Atlantean, so I'm gonna hold off just a little bit longer. But if he does go for the whale, I do need to be careful, because that is a problem card. Alright. Can't target you for effects. This guy's summoned. Okay, this I'm gonna have to do something about, unfortunately. Much as I don't want to, I kind of don't have an option here. Ooh. Okay, well now I have to do this. I'm gonna activate my Swallow Slash effect. I'm gonna tribute off Balladrock. I'm going to destroy. Oh yeah, destroy them. Let's see. Destroy you and you, because you're big and nasty, and I don't like you. And then we have to banish one of our dudes from the deck, and we're gonna banish. Oh no, I don't have my Spirit Master. Where's my Spirit Master? Spirit Master, did you get banished at some point? I didn't pay attention. He must have been banished at some point, and I was not paying. Yeah, there he is. That's not great. Let's see. Let's see. It's got a target to banish Shiranui, or to summon them. That's not bad. Or just get rid of Squire to draw more cards, I guess. But then I'll have to discard a card, so it doesn't matter. I don't want to look at your cards. Let's see. I guess I'll banish Solitaire so I get like another monster on the board. Better than nothing. Alright. Shiranui Solitaire. Summoning back Spirit Boy. Like so. Although I think I might have lost at this point. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. It was a nice back and forth though, but unfortunately I just did not have enough cards to fully counter this. So I had just one Super Poly. Just one Super Poly. Oh wait, hold on. What are they doing? Bahamut Shark. Oh. I can accept the damn whale. Do not summon the frog. Do not summon the effing frog. Alright, well this can't attack. I'm still going to use this effect though. I literally don't have a reason not to do this. Let me think. No, not you. Let's see, 800 points off of that. Yeah, let's ditch Mezuki. Because he's just going to negate this, right? But that's fine. I can deal with that. Because that next turn I can just activate Zombie World again. Bahamut Shark's big. But Balladrock will come back at some point, so I'm good with that. Alright. Alright. It's not totally done yet. I mean, the battle phase... Ah! No! Why are people taking so much time to do simple things? Why? That feels like wrong, man. I mean, I put standard amount of time into these duels, so I don't know why my opponent's taking so much time. Goodness gracious. I guess that still counts as a win. From the jaws of defeat, we come victorious, but not in the way I was hoping to, but I guess it's okay. I mean, we got to do some more Shiranui stuff and somethings. I mean, Spirit Master was doing his thing. We did get the Synchro out. Yeah, we got our old Samurai Saga out. We got like a lot of stuff going, and this was an interesting opponent. It's just not the way I like to win the duels. I like to hit my opponent harder than that. I was planning to. Next turn, Zombie World's on the board. If I was gonna, I had Mizuki set up, bring back Balladrock or whoever the heck I want. I was prepared to annihilate my opponent, so I'm gonna call that a win. Let's go ahead for one more duel today, and hopefully my opponent doesn't time out. I might have to add some more time or something at this rate. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, everybody, our third and final opponent to fight and third, the last chance at romance. Let's go all in and go on home. And hopefully my opponent don't run out of time again, because that has just been really annoying today. I mean, I understand that combos can take a long time. Do not get me started. I have played me some long-winded combos before. But you gotta watch that time bar, man. You just gotta do it. I know it's a pain, but you gotta do it. We'll go ahead and just start with pretty basic stuff. I unfortunately do not have my back row, which would have been really nice to have, but that's okay. Because at the end of the day, zombies aren't complicated creatures, you know? Their whole shtick is just get into the grave, come back from the dead, send more zombies to the grave, and make more dead people. That's just kind of their whole shtick. So, you know, don't need to complicate things sometimes. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is too complicated nowadays as it is. So sometimes it's really just good to play a deck that just, you know, has little starts and little combos and things, you know? Doesn't have to be complicated. Now, if I could please draw into my other... Well, I have one tuner, yes. I have one tuner. I need the other tuner. I have many. I need a million tuners. That's what I need. I need to get my synchros on the board because I haven't seen them much. Got one. I've gotten one. It's not enough. Nah. I want to draw that one card. I will be that petty. I will be that petty. What? Forbidden Droplet? Wow, that's petty. You don't want me to draw one card? Okay. Seems a bit excessive, but okay. Okay, what is this? 2 Forbidden Drop. Okay, it's Diablo Stars and White Forest. Okay. You'd open to a 3 Forbidden Droplet. Oh my lord. So this is summoning a tuner. Okay. Luckily they don't have anything else, unless that... Wait, does the Diablo Star in the graveyard do something I'm unaware of? What does this do? Banish a spell trap from the hand and or... Let's see, 1 spell and 1 trap. Pay half your life points, do a thing. Okay, it doesn't do anything. I thought it did, but it really doesn't. Alright, well, sadly, there goes a little sucker. I was gonna use that for things, but my opponent said no. Well, that's okay. I mean, what does this do? Let's see, Illusion Bellcasters, 500 attack points. Can I destroy my opponent's card effects? Okay, so that does, like, bubkiss, as we say in the business. Let's see, 2 banished zombies. Summon in defense mode. That is a tuner and a non-tuner, but they're not... Well, actually, why not? I'll summon out Shiranui's Spectral Sword Shade, which can revive my banished monsters. Oh, yeah, I have to have 1 Shiranui then, but that's... Okay, that's fine. I'm thinking that I don't need to do damage right now. I just need to set things up more. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to summon out my Savior Boy. I'm going to hit this thing really hard in the face. That's the plan, anyway. And yeah, my opponent does have the ability to bounce the Synchro to bring back the Tuner, which hopefully they won't do. We'll see. But for now, we're going to go ahead and ditch one of these to the graveyard. The monster in question being, I guess, good old Mizuki. You can't really go wrong with. You can't really go wrong ditching Mizuki to the graveyard. We'll end our turn right there, because I don't need to overcomplicate, and if my opponent runs away, we end today without getting to do all the cool fun stuff. And I want to do cool fun stuff. I don't care if my opponent runs out of time. I want to do cool fun stuff. That's just how I am. Is there anybody else I could... Oh, I can just bring back Shade, but not yet. I think I'm good. I think I'm fine and dandy. I'm in Battle Drop, gonna keep coming back all day. True, my opponents, I'm definitely allowing to go draw more things, get their stuff, but it's okay. I mean, what is this going to do? This little gal lost in the woods, what's she going to do? Let's see, going to summon out a wolf. A pair of wolves. Pair of wolves and a lady. Change all face-up monsters face down. I mean, I have to do something about that, you know. I can't not do something about it. Yeah, he will be able to use the tuner again here, but I can still negate the wolf. I can still negate that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, negate. No wolf for you. Sorry to say. I'm just not allowing that. And my opponent surrenders. Gosh darn it. How hard is it to go into Shiranui madness? You know what? One more duel. I think we've earned it. I know the videos might get long, but I have to do it. Let's go for one more duel. Alright, everybody, our 4th and final opponent, the last chance at romance. Let's bring it all on home. What do we have for an opening hand? We are going 2nd, which is not ideal, but we'll see where this goes. I do have Zombie World, though. What in Lord's name? Fabled Realm. Oh, it's a Fabled card. Okay. I was about to say, what on earth is this? It's just Fables. Okay. I don't remember all that what Fabled do. I know they have, like, several waves of support, and I know they're synchro-focused. And they like to be discarded. They're kind of like with Dangers and Dark Worlds and things of that nature, or you'll want to discard their by a card effect, but not as a cost, and then they can do stuff. Like Cerberus will summon itself back. Opponent can activate cards or effects when your Fabled monster is synchro summoned. Discard a Fabled card. Draw or summon a Fabled from the grave. Okay? called Grimro is going to search out another monster, being the new dude, Behemoth, which is, he's very silly. He's like, what? Who said my name? Who said it? I don't know. Somebody said it. Okay, and then you got the Gamer, which is Fabled Gaming. Good old Fabled Gaming. Cannot target Fabled with card effects, and summons a Fabled from the hand or the deck when summoned. When sent to the graveyard, draw a card to equal the number of Fabled Synchros you control, then discard a card. Okay. Alright, I can work with that, I think. I have a feeling that... Yeah, this is a tuner. Okay, that is a tuner. So I think what their plan is going to be, off the top of my head, is to synchro like 2-3 monsters, and then use Gaiman as one of the materials for somebody else, and then draw like 2-3 cards. I would assume, but I could be very wrong. That is very bold of you, sir. Very bold. Fabled Unicorn. Oh my goodness. Y'all don't know, this card used to be actually kind of tricky to deal with. Because basically, while me and my opponent have the same number of cards in hand, this negates everything. It's one of the earliest forms of, like, omni-negation in the game. Yeah, and my opponent did exactly what I said they were going to do. 2 synchros, draw some more cards. Okay. So, what's this doing? You talk about... Otherwise, you draw... Let's see. Discard a card to negate this effect. Otherwise, draw 2 cards, discard one. I don't really want you to do that, so yeah, I'm going to negate that. I guess. I just gotta really mind the cards in the hand. That's the only thing. This guy, he doesn't know I have this. But if he ends his turn right, and well, let's see, if he gets rid of one more card, oh, this is gonna be tricky. It will be tricky with Unicorn. What does the field spell do again? Fabled monster attacks. Do a thing. Cool. Synchro summoning Chaos Angie. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down, sir. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay. Zombie World. And I'm really sorry to say I've got super polymerization. So unfortunately, your really nice combo ended in disaster. I should summon Necro Soul here. Necro Soul, Neko Soul, whatever your name is. And we'll use Solitaire's effect. We'll tribute off Solitaire. And let's see. I really wish I could just summon out, like, anybody else. I could. And I probably will at some point, but now is not that time. So let's go ahead and send another dude to the graveyard. I want to still set up for my mother flipping Shiranui. That's the thing. So sending to the graveyard of old. We'll send, of course, Bloom, because we just need Bloom in the graveyard. Bloom in graveyard. Actually, hold on. That's 6 stars. Oh, I can do the thing. I can still do the thing, people. I can still do the thing. So real quick, Shidao here. We're gonna send... where's Miz... Oh, actually, we'll send Mizera just in case. But finally, bloody hell, Shiranui Sun Saga. Aha. I can't use his effect or anything, but he's a big honking chunk beat stick. But he's a really cool dude. He does bounce, like, my synchros that are banished or in the graveyard. He's really good if you, like, really go heavy in the synchros. Again, he just destroys my opponent's cards. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just attack our opponent for now. Let's just keep it simple and attack my opponent. I'm just happy I get to finally summon out mother flipping Shiranui. Because as consistent as it is with, like, Unizombie and stuff, it does get a little samey. So I like that I get to at least summon out one of my Shiranuis, if not all of them. So yeah, as one does, Balodrock shall return. The return of the king, some might say. Aragorn has really let himself go. So now what can my opponent do is the question. Because they can still do stuff. They still have cards. What does the beaver do? What does the beaver say? I don't know. I need to read this. This card's in the graveyard. Discard a Fabled. Summon this card. Banish it, please. The field. Okay. Listen, I'm not a fan of just auto, like, shutting my opponent down if I can help it. I want to see what they're trying to do first. Okay, the Fabled Ganesha. You got a tuner and a non-tuner. That's 5. That could be like Fabled Raging. That would let him draw a card or two, depending on what he's got in the hand. And I'm crazy enough to let him do it. Oh. Interesting. That is really bad. Like the worst potential outcome possible. Because now we have no cards in the hand. Oh no. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it's only me that gets negated. I should have stopped that. Wait, hold on. If you draw cards, I can start nuking you again. Like, now I can just do this again. So... I'm sorry, Draco Necro. I know you didn't get to do anything, but I have to. What does it do again? Yeah, I'm just getting rid of the synchros. I don't trust them. And then we'll ditch our Spirit Master, which will destroy my opponent's field spell. Or possibly... Actually, do I want to get rid of the field spell or get rid of the other spell? What does this do again? Discard a Fabled card. Draw cards on a Fabled from the graveyard with banishment. I think I'm actually going to get rid of this. It's got the word Resurrection in the name, so I have to assume it's bad. Alright. Well, it's unfortunate the Draco Necro had to make the ultimate sacrifice. But such is the way of the game sometimes. That will get that guy back. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm actually okay with this. You might think, Memphis, why are you okay with this? You shouldn't be. This card banishes cards so many Fable monsters from the hand. No. I don't think I'll allow that bit. Thank you. But yeah, Fable already. The only reason I'm excited right now is because if this is like 1 star plus 3 stars, that's the Fabled Kudabi. And I think that guy's cool looking. So I want to see if he'll summon that. I'm not even joking. That's exactly why I'm allowing this to happen. I just want to see the Fabled Kudabi. It's literally like a shawled horse. That's not Kudabi. That's not Kudabi at all. Someone's a Fabled from the deck. Okay. You have disappointed me. I wanted the Fabled Kudabi. That's what I wanted, but no. You're like, no. I'm not allowed to have the Fabled Kudabi. Fine. Well, you don't get to have this guy. He's not a real gamer. A real gamer would have gone for Kudabi. Oh, hello. Dianaira? I thought people buried you years ago. This is actually an interesting monster from the Fabled's perspective. He's kind of like with Grapha, the fusion in Dark Worlds, where basically my first normal spell becomes discarding my opponent's stuff, but my opponent surrenders. Well, that was not bad. It was a nice back and forth at least. Hey, I summoned a Shiranui Synchro, so I'm happy with it. But it looked like my opponents just, we were able to out them pretty well. It could have been really bad with the Unicorn, though. It could have been really, really bad if they had just, like, kept no cards in the hand and, like, rammed over my monsters, or at least ran over Battledrock. But the thing about Battledrock, unless the field spells get removed, he's just going to be an ever-present threat. So let's go for the end screen. We'll talk more about this deck here. Alrighty, everybody. So our Shiranui zombies, well, predominantly old-school zombies for the most part, we were able to do a good chunk of what this deck likes to do. Not everything got done, but a good chunk of it got done. Because zombies, a lot of potential, a lot of different cards that you can play in the deck, a lot of different zombies in general. Yeah, Battledrock is kind of the linchpin of the whole thing. He's the ruler of the graveyard. But he puts in good work. All the zombies put in their good work. It's a team effort sort of deal. So I had a good time. I hope everyone else did as well. We got to do a good, like I said, a good chunk of what this deck likes to do. We didn't get to like lock my opponent out of summoning, which would have been really neat. But it's almost kind of like a good thing we didn't need Ghost Meets Girl, because that would have been like a really tough opponent, especially with our deck being as simple as it is. If my opponent was playing like Tier Limits or something, and we didn't get to finish him off, that could have been dicey. So, well, I enjoyed today's deck, and I hope y'all did too. Don't forget to smack the like button and subscribe if you haven't, because dang it, we're so close to 900 subscribers. We just need 4 more. That's not asking that much, right? Or is it? I don't think it is. But here everybody, will be the deck list. Go ahead. Again, thank Spicy Boy down in the comments for making today's deck. And here's what we are playing today. We have 1 copy of our Al Ghul Mazera, 2 copies Battledrock, 1 copy of Changzi the Speeder Dao. We have our Necroworld Banshee, 2 copies of Gozuki. We have Mizuki, 2 copies Shiranui Squire, 1 copy of our Spiritual Master, triple solitaire and unizombie to make unizombie super consistent. 1 copy of Spectral Sword Shade. 3 copies of Ash Blossom, which I'm not complaining about today because she is a zombie, and that's important because we need those tuners. 2 copies of Shiranui Spectral Sword. 1 copy of the Glow Bloom. 1 copy Instant Fusion. I almost said 2. That would have been cool, but no, we have 1 copy Instant Fusion. 1 copy Foolish Burial. 1 Pot of Prosperity, which thankfully we never needed because it's a tricky card to play in this deck. 1 card Called by the Grave. Triple Super Poly, triple Zombie World, because you like to fuse with our opponent's stuff, and we like to make everybody a zombie. 3 copies Shiranui Style Swallow Slash, and 3 Ghost Meets the Girl. After the extra deck, we have things like Relinquished Anima and Al Mirage, which are good pairs for our Glow Bloom. We have good old Avenged Savior and our Vampire Sucker as our predominant Link monsters. We have our SP Little Knight in case we actually need the darn thing. Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy, which is really good when we can actually get the synchros out more consistently, which sadly didn't happen today, but she does protect our synchros from being destroyed by stuff, from being destroyed by battle, by card effect, that sort of thing. And can also revive banished synchros, so that's pretty neat. 1 Immortal Dragon, 1 copy of our Shiranui Samurai Saga, 1 Shiranui Squire Saga. We have good old Shiranui Shogun Saga, who can become massively huge. Our Red-Eyed Zombie Dragon Lord, our Shiranui Sun Saga, which is our late game synchro, but he did manage to show up at least 1 game. We have our Millenniumized Restrict, our Garou of the Wings of the Light, and lastly, but certainly not least, our Draco Necro Nether Soul Dragon. Now, as for the side deck, there's a few things here and there. If your opponent's making some massive beat stick of a boss that you have no outs to for whatever reason, go ahead for Game Seal, because we can just put it on our opponent's board and hey, it will become a Zombo. If your opponent's searching too much, go ahead and go draw and Lockbird. If you need field nukes, things like Lightning Storm and the Harpy's Feather Duster, along with things of Cosmic Cyclone variety. Your opponent's playing like, floodgates, things of that nature. You don't want to deal with that. You don't want to deal with no floodgates, anything like that. Then go ahead for these cards here. We have the Rivalry of Warlords, which is our own floodgatey thing, which we're not playing today, but if you wanted to, I'm just saying, turn everything into zombies, and then your opponent can't summon anything but zombies, so there you go. And then last but certainly not least is Solemn Johnson, which if you don't find that Ghost Meets Girl is being as consistent, you can always sub these out just so you have a little bit of something to stop your opponent from summoning those big nasty monsters that Gamseal likes to gobble up. So that was today's deck, everybody. I hope you very much enjoyed. Have I started making day 28 yet? I forget. No, I still gotta make day 28. What was day 28 as I look at my list? Oh yeah, I gotta make a Law of the Normal deck. That's right. That's not that hard. I just gotta figure like if there's anything new to do with normal monsters. That's all. But that again, thank you everybody for watching. Memphis signing out for now. I'll gotta see you guys again tomorrow for some more Yu-Gi-Oh action. So until then, y'all stay safe, stay happy. You have a good one. Take care, everybody.